Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to go over a solution to fix leaky shocks on Traxxas Big Bore or Traxxas Big Bore clones, which would be like a Dravtech or a Dravtech type shock. So I got the Dravtech ones in my Poise T3 right now and they've been working great. I was having a problem with them leaking every once in a while, like they'd work great and then all of a sudden it'd leak out of the shock cap. So I'm going to get this camera turned around and I'm going to tear one off the truck and I'm going to show you the solution I came up with. So here we go. Okay, so what we've got here is a Traxxas Big Bore type shock. It's basically a clone. These are the ones I bought off Ali Express. I've had a few problems with them leaking, and what would happen is they would be perfect and would work for a day or two, and then all of a sudden you just start seeing a leak out of one of them. Then the other one might do it. So back in the day, I'm gonna set this aside for a second. Back in the day when I was racing with Losi, Adam Drake came up with a solution to make the shocks more consistent. And what they did, under the bladder, they put a piece of foam under there. What would happen after time, it would get heated up and wouldn't be as consistent as it was at the beginning of the run. So their solution was a piece of foam to go under the bladder to cushion it. That way it doesn't collapse in the cap. So what would happen, what's been happening with mine is I would put them in the proper way, they would work fine, and then after a little bit of use, this cavity behind the bladder is allowing it to eventually work its way loose, and it'd come out crooked and down in the shock and oil seeping out the side of the cap. So what I did is I got some foam. This is a piece of foam I cut it out of. It came in with a battery or something to cushion it in shipping. So it's a pretty soft foam. It's a little progressive. It's nothing too stiff, so it doesn't really change the performance of it at all. I've been running it this way for a while, and I honestly can't tell a difference. The truck performs the same way. It just stops leaking. So you put it in there in the normal way. Cut your foam just in a little square to fit down in the bore of the bladder. And that'll keep it from collapsing and just gives it a little extra support and should make it a little more consistent. In a crawler, things are happening so slow, it doesn't seem to make a difference. So I'm going to show you how I put it together. I'm going to add a little oil. I just took it apart to be able to do this video. So I'm going to add a little bit of oil here. I'm using 57.5 XTR oil. So you put your bladder on the shock body, take like a button head screw, push it down in the bore. You're going to spill a little oil, so that's just bleeding all the air out of it. So just wipe the excess off. Give it another little push down in there. Get a little more oil out. And then what you want to do is you want to create like a little vacuum to pull it down in there. So hold the bladder down a little bit, push it up maybe 1/8 of an inch or so, push it down in again, wipe the oil off, and then you're going to pull it back out. That's going to draw it down some and hold it tight against the body. Keep using my finger to hold it down in place. So then this is where I place my foam piece in. Just push it down in the bladder, then put your cap on gently. Try not to pinch it or anything. Make sure it goes down on the threads good, and then just slowly turn it on. And you want to get it snug. Don't put the monster grip on it, just get it snug and it should seal up. So then you have a nice air-free shock. Feels really good, and this has been working for me for a while. I think what's happening is when the bladder gets seated in here, there's an air pocket under there, and that air pocket's got a lot of pressure on it, and as it moves up and down, it distorts that bladder and kicks it out of its seat. So the foam in there is just going to help hold it in place and give it a little support, and just enough to keep it from knocking itself loose. And I've been running it for a while this way and not had any leaks. So overall, these are the Chinese imitations of Dravtech, which is a copy of a Traxxas Big Bore. So this should work on a Traxxas Big Bore, a Dravtech, or any other type shock that's made on the like this, and it work on other shocks as well too. So give it a try, see what you think. It's working for me. I hope it works for you, and hope this helps you out. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.